By the end of a homeschool year, our homeschool cart is usually looking pretty crazy. And for some reason, this past year, it was extraordinarily in disarray. And so I finally took time to clean it out, take out all the old things, papers and things we're not using anymore, books we're not using anymore, referencing, and reorganize the cart. And today we're going to take a look inside. So here's our homeschool cart. We've had this for over 5 years, and I've added in these magazine style holders from Amazon, and they've just been helpful to keep things kind of more organized and sectioned off and standing upright and in place. So let's start over here and we'll work our way back. So I just realized I structure this cart very similarly to how I structure my planner as far as the order of the subjects that we go in. We start our day with our morning basket, which I have a video up for. This is our math curriculum for my 2 younger kids. So this is Right Start Math, this is level D, and I always just keep it open to the lesson that we're on next, so it's easy to grab and go. So this is level D for my 3rd grader, and this is for my 6th grader. He's using level E. So this is your business math series. My son uses this on Fridays, and it's from Simply Charlotte Mason. This is the pet store version. My daughter used the bookstore version, which is so cute if you have a child that has read a lot of literature and can recognize a lot of book titles. It's really fun because they list out a bunch of books there, and so my daughter would recognize it. Anyways, my son loves animals, and so I got him the pet store version. And this is just practical math that you can use in real life business situations like calculating sales tax, writing checks, paying bills, and budgeting for the next month. So next is language arts, and I have both of my kids fix it grammar. So again, I have it open to the lesson that they're on. This one is level 1, the nose tree. This is my son's fix it grammar. Already turned to the lesson he's on. This is level 3, Robin Hood. These, I just love this. If you haven't checked out Fix It Grammar, this is such a great curriculum that takes maybe about 5 to 10 minutes each day once you get the hang of it. And it has them looking in the dictionary. It has them identifying parts of speech of a real piece of literature. Okay, also in the language arts one is are learning language arts through literature. My daughter's using the orange book, and I just have a tab here that bookmarks where we are. Again, this is the teacher book, and then my son is using the same curriculum but the tan book for 6th grade. Okay, the next one is spelling from A Reason For. This is the teacher's guide level F. My daughter has hers actually out right now, so she has level D. In here there are stories like this for the students to read, and so that's why she has the teacher book. And then here is the teacher's guide for handwriting for A Reason For. These, my kids have been really enjoying these. I used to use cursive books, the handwriting books from The Good and the Beautiful, which were serving us really well, but I was working on a project with A Reason For, and they sent their handwriting to try, and my kids really love it. And the cool thing is they include scripture, copy work, and things like that for practicing cursive. Okay, moving on to the next one. This is all of my high schooler stuff that I'm working on with her. This is the Knotgrass Exploring World History Review, Student Review Answer Guide, and the quizzes and exams go in here. This is the book that we're reading, Apologetic Study from Master Books. We did the logic book prior to this, and she just finished that up, which has been really helpful. Really difficult and challenging, but really helpful. And back here I have our American History Studies. This is Beautiful Feet, the teacher guide. If you didn't know, Beautiful Feet books has free printable coloring sheets. You can use these for narration notebooking if they have an area they can illustrate or draw. Sometimes my kids will draw on their own, but on certain lessons, Beautiful Feet has already created these. So I have 2 of these already printed off for my kids, and it tells you up top what lesson. So lesson 13, you can use this black bear. So they'll cut out the picture and put it into their notebook and write about that, or not. Sometimes they opt not to because they want to write about something else that we read about. I'll usually just have them copy down this title that they have here up top of their narration so that they have a title to use. So I'll keep these two together for convenience. Another thing we have for American history is Drawing Americana. This is from Yellow Spot Sun, 24 art lessons focusing on American artists and symbols in the USA. I have to mention a very affordable curriculum, and it's family style, so I printed 2 of these for my kids. Let me show you really quick inside, just an example. Symmetry with Lady Liberty. So it's combining art with history, which we've been using for a few years now. Last year we used Kindly Kingdoms for medieval history, and before that we used Architects of the Ancient World for our ancient history. So it's nice. Each stream of history, a Yellow Spot Sun, has something that can pair nicely with it. This is my high school notebook. I've showed this a few times. These are just worksheets that I use to keep track of my daughter's high school work. I have our curriculum planning sheet conveniently here. I reference this a lot when I plan weekly. And then in here I just slip in, this is just a work folder that I keep all my paperwork and agreements in. The last few things are really simple. This is just a big whiteboard and this pink board that we use a lot for math and for sentences and spelling. So this is our family reading journal that we've had for a long time. It is less than $5 over on Amazon. And it's so sweet. It's thrashed, but it's so sweet. If you look, like, these are all the books that we've read aloud as a family past probably 2 years. So we're on book 68, and we haven't written any picture books or short books. We've only logged the longer chapter books that we've read together as a family. So this is really sweet. All my kids have written little descriptions or something, a highlight from each book in here. So that's our first tier. As you could see, it's mostly teacher guides. It's curriculum, things that I can easily pull and reference. This has been so convenient for me when doing lessons daily, but also for my weekly planning. Now we're at tier 2. This is the functional tier, I'm noticing. So in here we have stapler, Scotch tape. I have my vitamins in here. And this is my journal that I keep all my notes in. This is my work journal, commonplace journal. I have some other things in here. This is what I use for ministry at our church, and some notes back here. This is something that I use pretty often, so it's nice that it's right here, easy to grab. And I have a insert in here that makes it, kind of houses these little smaller items. Dry erase pen for the whiteboard up there. Whiteout tape because I'm old school. This is for my planner. Sometimes I'll use it, sometimes I just cross it out. Most times I just cross it out. And this cute calculator. Back here is the pouch. You've probably seen a lot on Instagram. This is where I store some pens I'm using most. And then this is my favorite, my little washi tape collection. And the bottom tier is really different this year. Last year, I stored a lot of my kids' resource books in here. So those books like Give Your Child the World, Material, World Hungry Planet, those type of books would be here. But I found that they were not accessing these books as often, I think because they're on the bottom and they're hidden. And I realized that they were pulling books off the shelves more than my cart. So I decided to make this just for me, since most of the cart is for mom resources. And I noticed that I always put the books I'm reading, my Bible, those kind of things in the morning basket because I just didn't know where else to put it, or they would be piled up in stacks wherever around the house. And so this has been actually really nice. I've had this here for maybe a month now and it's been working really well. It's very minimal, but it's just the things that I'm using and working through on weekdays. So the first one is this book, Treasuring Christ When Your Hands Are Full. And I'm part of a startup ministry at our church that is going to be supporting moms with little ones in that life stage. So I'm reading this book just to refresh myself, remembering what it's like to have infants and toddlers. This is the sticker book I use for my home planner. This is really cute. This is The Passionate Penny Pincher. And by the way, their new line of planning resources and their new 2024 home planner is launching very soon, which I cannot wait to show you. I have an unboxing already planned for you. This is my Bible that I love so much. This is a journaling Bible, the ESV. There's space on the sides too. Journal, this is newer for me. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw my thrashed Bible that I've had for years, and it's just so worn. I still use it and I love it. It's a smaller size, but I thought it was time for an upgrade. This is the Bible study I just finished called Restored. It's a study on the book of Joel. This is from the Daily Grace Co. So the next one is on its way. I'm so excited to read through the book of Ecclesiastes. And the last one is this book that I shared over on Instagram as well, 14 Talks by Age 14. This is really insightful, helpful book. It is very practical and it gives even examples of conversation crashers, ways to make your child feel safe in opening up to you, how you can approach difficult topics, very common topics as well. So I'm finding myself just devouring this book. It's very relatable and helpful to my season of life. So that's everything in our homeschool cart for this year. I'm so glad I took time to restructure it in a way that works for us this year. I'm finding that as the kids grow and as we grow in our homeschool journey, things change and our needs change. And so our cart totally reflects that. And I'm glad I kind of modified it to be more of a cart that's functional for myself. If you want to see how we structured last year's cart, I have a blog post over on juiceboxhomeschool.com that details, I think it's called the 17 things that made the cut into our homeschool cart. And it's just neat to see what worked for us last year versus this year. And if anything was helpful to you from this video, please leave a comment below. It's an easy way to support this channel. And if you're on Instagram, I'm over there as Juicebox Homeschool. Thank you so much for watching. I've been really enjoying making these videos, especially for planning and organizing, and all our curriculum is up now. It's been a really great way to explain more and show more from the questions that I get over on Instagram. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.